thank you for joining ARTECHFACT. It's a pleasure to have you here today with me, being my guest. How are you?
Thank you, and thanks for having me. I'm very happy, as always.
Yes, you're always so positive with your tweets, and in general, your content and everything you're posting is very, very positive. So you're long term here. You're not short.
No, and
Okay.
it's also your questions made me also think about myself and who is Eppo. And I think that's the one of the things I can say for myself. I always see the sun shining. Well, almost almost every moment I see the sun shining. Can't help myself. Positive thinker, absolutely.
Very good. The world needs more people like you to look at it from the bright and the more positive side.
Yeah.
Very good. So, Eppo is a happy, positive thinker who is wearing a Bitcoin costume. Why Bitcoin? Shall I ask this question or it's irrelevant?
No, well, Bitcoin. If I talk to Bitcoiners, and if you listen to what Bitcoin did, same happened to me. It was such an eye opener on so many levels. You get to meet a wonderful bunch of people who I never experienced before, willing to help, and it has nothing to do really with value or money or. That was my first experience in Bitcoin. My first conference I did go to was, I think, about 4 years ago. And it was really amazed by what I experienced, only because of the people, so welcoming. And of course, learning about what money really is, where money comes from. That's, I think, where, for a lot of people, that's the start of Bitcoin. And for me as well.
Right. And would you advise something as the first steps to the people who are not completely new to the technology and to the Bitcoin world? Do you have something as a content that you're creating, or?
No, well, I think the greatest way to get introduced to Bitcoin, of course, books. There's so much content already, of course, in all the channels, but I think the best thing also for me is go and meet Bitcoiners, go to a meetup. That's the coolest thing. I haven't been one now for over a year. I haven't been to a conference and I miss it. But the greatest way to meet people and to learn about what Bitcoin is, because most, of course, there are egos everywhere, but most of people always are willing to help, to understand what Bitcoin is. That was my experience when I did go to New York. I sat in the bar, somebody helped me to install my first wallet, made a first transaction. Wonderful experience. So my advice would be, go and meet other Bitcoiners. Find a meetup. There are a lot of them in every country.
Very good. Definitely, I can share your opinion. I have also attended several meetups. And today, actually, the reason for this conversation is your art, and the costume that you're wearing right now is one of your ARTECHFACTs and something that you have made. It's your idea, and you have many different arts. Also, the photo that I have shared yesterday.
Yeah.
When I announced the event that we're going to have today with you. Could you please let me know more about your art, and when did you start creating art?
Well, before Bitcoin, it was a long time ago, more than 20 years ago. And it was really through my wife, Anita. She bought paint already a long time ago. We never did it, anything with it. And she bought encaustic. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Painting with wax.
No, it's the first time. Please.
Okay, well, I didn't know the history then about it, but about 500 years before, 400 or 500 years BC, they already started painting with wax. And I also learned more about it the history about, I think Trevor Jones also used this technique. And it's really painting with beeswax, and they mix it with a sort of resin that came from a tree, and encaustic comes from the word burning in. So you have to heat the wax in order to paint with it. But nowadays you can buy these ready-to-go wax tablets, which you melt on an iron, or you can do it with a heating pen or with a heating gun. And so that's what Anita bought more than 20 years ago. And I thought first, not for me, but soon I started painting. And if you heat the wax and you start moving it around on glossy paper or any glossy surface, you get amazing effects. So that was more than 20 years ago. We made a lot of paintings, and from paintings we did go to, I wanted to go to bigger objects, bigger materials. So I started painting on plexiglass. We also made lamps. Some of lamps we sold, never sold a painting. And then later on we started making our paintings digital. And it was Anita who started creating digital art with our original encaustic paintings. But that was more than 20 years ago. And then for a long time, I didn't create anything because of really working, no time, no money, whatever excuse. Until Bitcoin came along. And that was really a new start to express myself and to wanting to do the things that I really wanted to do. And like I said, because we have to work to get the money in, of course. And I know that I wanted to work with wood. I wanted to work with epoxy resin, but I always pushed it forward. And Bitcoin, together also with Anita picking up the pencils again, it was a start to expressing myself. And Bitcoin was really one of the big triggers. So.
Very good. And it's wonderful that you're supporting each other with Anita. I'll be very happy to meet her again and maybe to invite her to be my guest, as she is an artist.
Yeah.
And she will be also very interesting for the viewers of this show to see Anita and to understand more about her experience and the way she's supporting you also in the Bitcoin world. Is she a fan of Bitcoin? Does she understand Bitcoin?
Yes. Yeah, we were full into Bitcoin, and now it's not only, I have in my Twitter bio, I have freedom maximalism. So
what does it mean?
It means that whatever is not coming from a government, not coming from a centralized organ or entity, that's what we are about. And Bitcoin is, of course, part of it.
Definitely. And what about if the majority of the liquidity is being centralized in several people or wallets? So because we don't know, it's anonymous, but we don't know actually. So this is just a hypothetical.
Well, it's I had a call earlier today, and we talked about current events and also money. I think at this point in time, nobody knows where we are going financially. The euro and the dollar will collapse, obviously, but where we go from there, I have really have no idea. But there probably will be a substitute, and if that means it will be a digital coin, whatever, and it's for everybody. I think probably we have to go with it as long as it is centralization. Maybe doesn't have to be bad, but now I think the wrong people are controlling our money, and it's going away. That I know for sure, but it's still a surprise. But I hope if we can have one coin, if we can have Bitcoin as money all over the world, that will be great. I hope so. I hope we get there.
Let's see. Let's see what
Yeah.
the future is going to bring to us. So the volatility is something that is the biggest concern here, because you see, so since yesterday, I'm not following the price that much, but I see there is again a significant drop. But just in terms of, for example, if I have several satoshis and today I can buy a bread, but tomorrow I cannot buy a bread. So this is
Mm,
the volatility uh,
yeah.
is the way it's working. But let's see. So they have started with the centralized digital bank currencies. They have announced it on several levels already. We know that they're working. China has they did this before
Yeah.
COVID actually. So let's see.
Yeah.
But I would love once again to invite you to the other webinar, which is dedicated to Bitcoin only, and maybe we can have a more extensive discussion about it. Also with people from your community. I will be happy to meet people from your community, and we can discuss in particular Bitcoin. I would love to do so. However, I'd like to know more about your art. Tell me the story about your wonderful costume, please. And is this the only artifact that you created, or there are also other ones?
Well, let's start with the art first. Well, I started when I was very young, already created little things out of wood. Always loved it to make stuff. When I was, I think, about 8 or 9 years old, I made my own skateboard from an old roller skate. So wood, and then later on, because of my work as a painter and restorer, epoxies. So finally, I think it was 2019, I started making bigger things and with wood and epoxy, which I already wanted to make for a long time. You know, also like tables, river tables with epoxy. And yeah, when Bitcoin came along, it really was the start for me to do those projects, and it was really never about so much of wanting to create art, and also not about making money, absolutely not. But when I do that stuff, working with resin or wood, I'm in the moment, I'm having fun, and that's what it's all about. And the suit, yeah, I think it came along when I first bought, like I said, did I mention it before, the money suit I have with the dollars on it?
Yes,
Yeah,
but I would love you to tell me more about this.
okay. That was the first funny suit I bought, and yeah, I thought,
You
well,
bought it. You bought it, and you just
yeah.
replicate the idea from the fiat to
No,
Bitcoin.
it's a suit you can buy from the store.
Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, Bitcoin came along. I thought, well, I cannot stay behind there. There's got to be a Bitcoin suit. So I ordered an orange suit, and you know, we did the design of the print, and on the back there's HODL. So
Aha. Okay.
and
Interesting.
printed it, and that's the story behind the the orange suit.
Oh, it's very attractive.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, I have to mention that I have remembered you on Twitter exactly with this costume. So it's definitely a
Yeah.
very attractive one. I think there is another guy in US whose name is Max Kaiser, if I'm not mistaken, and he's
Yeah.
also a huge fan of such costumes, and he likes wearing such Bitcoin related
Yeah.
clothes, and also his wife.
And also
Okay.
Walker from the crypto couple. He also wears sometimes the. Do you know them?
Right. Yeah, I'm following them also on Twitter. Yes, exactly.
Okay. He
Mm-hmm.
also has a fiat money suit, I think. I saw
A
him before.
Fiat, okay, a Fiat one. But which is more trendy nowadays? I think it's Bitcoin, not the Fiat one, or what would you
No,
say?
no, no. It's just about making people laugh, you know. That's what what I'm about, and also in creating. If I can put a smile on people's face, and you know, if it opens up a bit more awareness and consciousness about money and freedom and sovereignty, then that's a big plus. But it's really about putting a smile on people's face, like the big one you showed, the black one I made together with Volmette Magdalene, the taste of Bitcoin. You know, it's a statement. It's out there. It's that's me.
Very good, wonderful. So your profile and your mission is so a combination of many things. So you have also an educational purpose because you want to raise up the attention and the curiosity of other people to understand more about the technology by provoking their interest to learn how money is functioning or how it is supposed to be functioning.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good as a mission. I think that the majority of the people are missing basic financial education, and we are maybe using it as an interim of like a solution to exchange values between each other. But me personally, before Bitcoin, I have not spent time thinking about money. What does money is and what's the function of money?
No. Well, I thought even in the 90s, I knew something is off. I thought this can't go on forever and ever. But that was as far as it go at that time. But yeah, when you get acquainted to Bitcoin, you start really digging into, hey, this is something else, you know. Where's the money? Where's the money coming from? This is not good. And then you get the answer of what felt wrong already in the 90s, when I also read a book about the ever-going growth. I thought it has to stop at some point. It has to go wrong somewhere. And then you start learning and reading that it already did go wrong many, many times in history, and it did go wrong in many, many countries. Devaluation of money and governments deciding in a second that you can't have any more or whatever. That's when you realize, no, money coming from the government where they control everything is not good. We have to get away from that. And we're going to.
Yeah. Yes. So let's see how it's going to happen. For sure, a change is needed more than ever. I remember when I was a kid, actually, my grandparents, they were gathering in one green book, the so-called green book, like they were making some savings for me and my other cousins and sisters, etc., for everybody. And all this money, actually, they got completely devaluated. So they did not have, I'm not sure if I could buy a coffee with them, you know. So, and they were supposed to bring something much bigger to all of us. So it's very sad that you are working all your life, and when you turn back, you see that your hard work has turned out to be too. In case you have not invested maybe this money that you have earned in something sound like a property, I don't know which I think you can compare it to something else in the physical world. Yes, so let's see. So the prices are going up of everything, at least here in Europe. By the way, you are right now in Portugal.
Yep.
This is very good. And you have moved to Portugal from?
Holland, the Netherlands.
From Netherlands.
Yeah.
Right. Very good. And you feel much better in?
Way better. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We already wanted to move for a long time, but it was worth the wait. And now we know why it took so long, because this is the place to be for us, energetically, but also way more community feeling. And that's what we're entering in a new world. I experience what it really should should be like and what it's all about. If you just can care for your house and for your ground and for yourself and for your food and help people around you, that's what it is all about. And we don't need any government, and it shouldn't be going out there every day to make money because we have to pay bills. That's not what life is about.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
what Bitcoin taught me, but even here more, it made me realize what life is all about. Was the
Yeah.
best decision ever.
Let's see if we could prevent history from repeating, or we are going to be experiencing the same things that we've been
No,
experiencing
we
in
will not.
history.
We will not. I will give you that. We will.
Okay,
We will go into a better world. We will have some hiccups, absolutely, but we will go to a better world.
promised,
Yeah.
promised today.
The only thing is that I haven't touched any art for, also because of the move in a year. My art is still in storage, and we have a nice house, but it's still not suited for making bigger things. Just last week we put up a table, so if we want to paint, we can do something. But we have another building on the property, say I think also about 150 square meters, but it has a roof which is collapsed for half. So we first have to restore it to enable to have a proper workshop. Because if I work with wood and epoxy, I got to have a good climate. So not releasing anything soon, but also that's why I put my website down for the moment, because I'm not able to organize something. But it will be up, but it's going in a slow pace at the moment.
Very good. So I wish you good luck with this, and you to have all the power and all the supply that you need to build the roof and everything that you need. Also, you may start creating. I don't know. You have mentioned before to me that it's quite a big place. Also, now you're sharing this information with me. Maybe it would be a nice place to create some events for the technology and the art, some exhibitions.
Maybe, yeah. We've been playing with ideas, and it's not finalized yet. We only here for about 4.5 months now, and already so much work has been done. But also, yeah, in improving the place. But yeah, we'll see what the future brings. Lots of ideas, lots of space, so we'll see.
Very good. And I see you have joined Zoom via account, which is called the Hummingbirdies. Could
Yes.
you please, yes, could you please tell me more about this project of yours?
Yeah, it's been something that I've been doing for already many years, since 1998. It's characterology. It's about face reading, body language, and still learning a lot. And it was part of my business for some years, but it never really took off, and felt something was missing, I could say now. So was in December last year, we saw a video from somebody who made their own cards, like tarot cards. And then it immediately clicked, like, oh, that could be a good idea for me. So we almost immediately started creating, and Anita and me, we already did a lot of work before in translating this into a more modern way, because face reading is really I think I could say, or reading personalities, it's a bit more forgotten. I'm working from books more than 100 years old, so there was not a lot in a modern way. So we created already a lot of stuff in, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago. And now in the beginning of this year, we created some cards which I will use in my consultation, in my readings, telling people more about themselves, about their personalities. But I also use the cards to give people more insight in, questions do they have about where they might get stuck or need advice. So this also, you call it the universe or energy. What message is there for you, where you should be focusing on? Or maybe it's about the talent that you have but you don't recognize. And what I talked also in the call this morning, with this changing world, and I think also the falling of a lot of jobs because they are no longer useful. Like for instance, a lot of governments, people might have questions about what am I good at. So in any way I can, I will be helping out, giving advice, and by what I see, but also by what I feel and what I read out of the cards. And the funny thing is, because we talked about the encaustic paintings, we use the background of the painting, the background of the cards are made from original paintings we made more than 20 years ago.
Also, the room that is painted.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Because it's the same color, it's similar color, the shade of blue.
Yeah.
Very beautiful color. I like it.
So this is also a part of me, Anita. We can't do one thing. It's creating in a lot of different directions, and it's. I'm not doing 6 days a week or 5 days a week consultations, but I also need the room to work with paint or work with wood or work in the garden. That's what we are.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're having an amazing creative life over there.
Yeah,
Filled
absolutely.
with lots of inspiration. And also from the other side, you keep yourself up to date with the technology and what's going on, which is very important. And you're capable to accommodate people's needs and their interests, like you have shared.
Well, the technology part, I must say, I'm not really very deep into it because I know you are a digital art creator and I'm not a digital art creator. So I'm not really following it really every day. But I love what's being created. But really, and I think we haven't seen. I think what we've seen now with what's created is only a start. I'm not.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too. So there currently, from the external world who don't understand art in general, they are arguing that this cannot be considered as an art. That's why I have started exploring it myself, just to understand it, to feel it, because I love understanding stuff by diving deeper into them, not just by reading about them, but by experiencing these things. So I can say that I feel like an artist, and I have never felt an artist before. So I've made more than 500 different artifacts, and I have minted them mainly on Rare Toshi, and I love it. This is the way I have also understood many things about my own self. And the fact that someone else does not consider this as an art, it's their own, let's say, lack of understanding about that what's happening.
And it's also just an opinion.
Yes.
I did an exposition 22 years ago with the encaustic paintings, and in that gallery, some critics said, "Well, that's not art." If I should go with it or follow him, I probably would never have created anything else. But it's really an opinion, but I do feel a difference in art is art, whether it's digital or physical. I like to create myself. I like to create something physical, but what I've seen, what people create digital, it's not any lesser than something physical. It's just, I think, what do you prefer? And of course, what happened with NFTs, shitcoinery, making a quick buck, that's not what I like about it. And then still, of course, what has been created is a matter of taste. But the whole thing about making a quick buck with whatever, that's not what I like about it. But everybody should follow their gut and whatever makes you happy. And if you really create something or do something that makes your heart sing, because that's what I think what it's about. And if you do what makes your heart sing, and you want to make a living out of it, money will follow eventually. But it really is about where do you start from? Because I think what I've seen happening already, people just making if it's only about making money, I think it won't last. Whether it's the artist, whether it's the work, or whether it's the platform.
Yes,
I
like
think that's my opinion.
let's see. There is no logic to be the opposite. Because the life is coming from somewhere else. Okay. Yes, you know, in my case, it's like I have started first creating digital art, and then I have started for the first time creating also physical art. This is I'm like on the reversed way achieving this. Let's say this is happening. I haven't planned it. This is just something that's happening and I'm enjoying it. I stay away from all these fights that the people with technology have between themselves just because I'm creating and I'm doing it for myself. You know, for example, after several years, I can go and see it. It will be existing there for me and it is signed by me. And this is what I like, that I'm just authorizing, let's say, this platform. I'm providing her with my artifact on this date, on that time, and it's mine. So this is how I see the things. Yeah, of course, it's like everything. Some people use it for particular things, others use it for other things. Everybody can do. That's why it's a free market. Everybody can do whatever they decide. Also, they're taking all their own risks for whatever they do and all the consequences for what they do. Everybody has a personal responsibility for
that's very, very well said. And that's I look at it, I have an opinion, but I'm not fighting it, you know. Whatever, if you're happy doing this, do it, you know. But yeah, the way you do it, just create from yourself for fun.
Right. No, because I have started also thinking all these digital, I'm exploring variety of softwares, and I have created several t-shirts and something like, again, I've never done before. I'm going with my digital file, giving it to the people who are printing it on the big printers. And this brings me joy. And I put my t-shirt. It's like your costume. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, yes. So I would not go further into this rabbit hole with validating what is not and what is.
No, this is create for yourself, from fun, and you know, whatever, like I said, what makes people happy, whatever platform or coin, you know, go ahead and whatever makes you happy. I stick to what makes me happy and what I have a connection with. And for me, that's well, same with you. I haven't done anything with Rare Toshi for a long time. You know, I'm also involved in scarcity. Hey, you're sharing your screen. Scarcity, of course, you know, physical art, and they also in the works with also doing a lot of Bitcoin NFTs. That's the platform I can stand behind. But
Very
that's me.
good. So I'm just sharing your profile for the people who are watching this video and the recording. If someone is interested, of course, I hope there are people who love to reach out to you and to ask you questions.
Yeah, and also the following media includes potentially sensitive content.
Yes, so it's on everybody's own risk to read and to. There is no financial advice here. This is for sure. So, yeah, if you want to chat with Eppo, you can find him on Twitter. Eppo Leemburg. Okay. Very good. So once again, I would love to talk one day to the other artists from your family whenever it's convenient. We can set up a special episode with her.
Okay, good.
And thank you. Thank you very much, Eppo. It's a pleasure to be talking to such a great artist with such a wonderful costume.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It was great fun talking to you again.
Thanks. See you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.